So who are we? So my name is Jan-Willem Scheijgrond. I'm hosting together with Yousef Yousef, who I'll introduce in a minute. I'm very proud and pleased to do that with the Green Ups. But before I hand over to Yousef Yousef, perhaps a quick introduction about the UN Global Compact. For those of you who don't know, the UN Global Compact is, if you like, the Windows organization providing a window for the private sector to the entire UN organization. It was created about 20 years ago, and it's based on the foundations of 10 principles related to human rights, environment, anti-corruption, and labor. It also helps to accelerate impact and action on the SDGs by inspiring companies and leading them on how to translate that. We just celebrated our 20th anniversary 2 weeks ago. It was a massive online event. It was about 20,000 people and the 70 regional organizations that are part of the UN Global Compact structure. And of course, that was quite extraordinary. It was supposed to be a face-to-face meeting, of course, but I think thanks to digitization and this innovation, we were able to reach a lot more people than ever. And in this decade of action, we will focus in particular on the relevance of businesses in addressing the worst SDG challenges. Now, with that, I want to introduce you to Yousef Yousef, my co-host of the event. Thanks very much for joining and tell us a little bit about the Green Ups. Tell us about yourself. You are chair of a fantastic sustainability network. You're a green entrepreneur yourself. With CEO of LG Sonic, which I've heard a lot about in the last couple of years, and I've seen a lot how you reduce algae. But you're also an advisor to the European Commission. So tell us about yourself, your story, and what messages you have for the European Commission on how we accelerate the transformation to a circular society.
So thank you, Jan-Willem. First of all, I would like to thank everybody for being here. That's actually where we create some actions. So my name is Yousef Yousef indeed. Let me introduce first the Groene Groeiers, which is the Green Ups. It's a young organization. It's not as old as the Global Compact, but it has been founded about 2.5 years back with support of Hans de Boer. It's an international organization where we try to create impact through business. So the basic idea there is a lot of sustainable business owners which are struggling to scale up. Everybody will have an idea. They can make it as a startup, but to create a real impact for the environment, but also to create impact on people's lives, you need to be a scale up. You need to create some more business. And one of the missing aspects, what we found in the Dutch environment was the ability to scale up through cooperation with the corporates. So, and that's why we found out the Groene Groeiers, the Green Ups, where we will match the needs for the corporates to the solutions of the startups. And we do that based on a thematic approach. So what means we will create a theme water, and we will invite the large entities like Heineken or the water boards, and we will ask them to submit their own challenges, and then we will match that challenges with the startups. Finally, our success will be if we will have a contract signed where a technology will be applied on the corporates. And why we do that? Because we believe once you will have the reference, once you will have the iconic project, you will be able to scale much more internationally. So that's about the Groene Groeiers. Apart from that, indeed, Jan-Willem, I am in the advisory board of the European Commission, the EIC. We have about 10 billion of a budget over there to support also scale-ups around Europe, which is very important. And I will give just some tips for the people which are submitting to the EIC. SME instrument is part of it, but also the Pathfinder. Over there, the dream is to create unicorns. So, and the chance to succeed is very limited. It's about 4% chance you will get funded. But it is important during all the time we are supporting the European Commission, we were able to submit a Green Deal call, which was just recently in May closed. It was a support of 350 million specifically for green businesses. So previously, the green businesses needed to compete together with the IT businesses and health businesses, and which is not a fair competition. So that's why we created a specific call. What was a green call? It was 350 million, but the competition was really very big. So my tip here is for the people which will apply. First of all, know the European money structure very well. So there are a couple of things. We have the EIC, we have LIFE projects, we have the Eurostars. That's an important part to know. There is a lot of money there, but the competition is high. The investment is between 2.5 million up to 17.5 million. So it's serious money. The only thing what we are asking from European Commission is dare to dream big. So if you are investing 2.5 million up to 17.5 million, we would like to have companies which are turnover which can reach the 250 million. So it's very important to keep that in mind. And I wish everybody here a very successful event. And I will meet you also in the matchmaking session where we will discuss, and it will be more a dialogue than me talking. Thank you very much, Jan-Willem.
Thanks, Yousef Yousef. So with that, let me switch to a quick introduction to the topic of circular economy before I hand over to Jacco for his keynote speech. Maybe we can do the next slide. I think is that the next slide. On circular economy, I'm happy, Yousef Yousef, you explained a little bit about the Green Deal in Europe and the funding available for that. Why? The Green Deal, of course, is one of the 3 pillars for the recovery after COVID, and a lot of money will be invested in the Green Deal. Last night, I heard Prince Constantine of Orange say that the Netherlands has the 3rd best ecosystem for startups. So I hope that is also the case for green startups, and let's make sure we do make that.